How many times have we heard about economics, a seemingly intuitive term that is difficult to fully and precisely define? The etymology, the origin of the name, takes us back to the ancient world, Greece. Oikos, in fact, means house, while nomia instead indicates the act of administering. Initially, economics represented family accounts management. Today, however, economics refers to a much more complex system, namely the set of all those activities and organizations that, by producing goods and providing services, allow the needs of the population to be satisfied. But let's try to go into more detail. Goods are tangible. Physical items like food, clothing, appliances, and other similar things that can be touched or held in hand. Services, on the other hand, are abstract, immaterial. They are performances, the lessons of a teacher, the visit of a doctor, the defense by a lawyer, etc. When we talk about needs, we must distinguish between primary needs and secondary needs. The main ones obviously are those that are essential for life. Houseware, living sustenance to nourish oneself, garments to cover oneself, and so forth. Secondary ones, on the other hand, are those superfluous ones that, however, can improve the quality of life, reading a book, practicing a sport, etc. With this concise introduction fully covered, we can now proceed to the classification of the activities and organizations that make up the economic system in the famous three sectors of the economy. The primary sector is based on the exploitation of natural resources, therefore of the environment, in order to obtain the so-called raw materials. It includes agriculture, livestock farming, fishing, forestry, which is the exploitation of forests for obtaining timber, aquaculture, which is the breeding of aquatic organisms such as fish, crustaceans, and mollusks, and the extraction of minerals from mines and energy resources, such as gas and oil, from underground. The secondary sector instead deals with the transformation of raw materials into finished products, that is, packaged and thus able to be sold. This happens through craftsmanship and industry, capable, for example, of working cereals to make flour, bread, pasta, and biscuits, or of using textile fibers to make fabrics and clothing. The tertiary sector, finally, does not produce money, but provides services to citizens. In the case of commerce, it acts as a link between the secondary sector and the final consumer. Just think of supermarkets, bars, restaurants, fashion shops, and similar establishments. However, there are also other services, albeit not immediately apparent, that are related to sectors such as health, education, postal, banking, tourism, communications, and transport, among others.